Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. Dengan izin Yang Arif, Prosiding Pendengaran Penerimaan Masuk Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya pada hari ini, 10 Disember 2020, dijalankan secara sidang video Zoom atas persetujuan semua pihak berikutan Perintah Kawalan Pergerakan Bersyarat PKPB. Hakim yang bersidang pada hari ini adalah Yang Arif Dato Ahmad Kamal bin Muhammad Shahid, Hakim Mahkamah Tinggi Bahagian Kuasa-Kuasa Khas BKK 1. Saya ingin mengingatkan semua supaya kekal di kedudukan masing-masing dan tidak menutup video walaupun setelah selesai giliran. Dipohon wakil-wakil yang hadir pada hari ini bagi pihak Jabatan Peguam Negara, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur Selangor untuk memperkenalkan diri. Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Syahmin Amizah binti Abu Bakar, wakil daripada Jabatan Peguam Negara Yang Arif.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Mala mewakili Majlis Peguam Malaysia.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Narinder Singh mewakili Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur.
Terima kasih. Seterusnya, saya akan memanggil nombor petisyen. Apabila petisyen dipanggil, Pempetisyen diminta berdiri dan memperkenalkan diri. Kemudian peguam pengusul mover akan membacakan latar belakang. Petisyen pertama, WA 18-3601-2020. P1, perkenalkan diri.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Ang Xiao Yin, Pempetisyen Pertama.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Hedul Muhammad, saya hadir bagi pihak Pempetisyen Pertama, Ang Xiao Yin. Yang Arif, rakan-rakan saya bijaksana yang mewakili pihak-pihak yang tertentu telah memperkenalkan diri, tapi secara rasmi saya ulangi nama mereka sekali lagi. Bagi pihak Jabatan Peguam Negara, hadir Cik Syahmin Amizah binti Abu Bakar.
Benar ya, Arif?
Bagi pihak Majlis Peguam, Cik Mala. Dan bagi pihak Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur, Cik Narinder Singh.
Benar Yang Arif.
Yang Arif, saya mohon izin untuk memperkenalkan Pempetisyen ini dan saya mohon izin untuk memberi persembahan saya dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dibenarkan ya?
Dengan izin Mahkamah. Yang Arif, with your Lordship's leave, your humble petitioner, my Lord, Ang Xiao Yin is the eldest child of Mr. Ang Tek San and Madam Lee Siu Mui. She describes herself as being a member of a modest family in Sidang and has been an alumna of St. Mary's School, completing her SPM there in the year 2012, and also of Victoria Institution, where she completed her STPM in the year 2014. My Lord, in the year 2015, your petitioner enrolled for the University of London external course in law, and over the 3 years, while she was pursuing this study, she also worked as a legal intern and a paralegal in law firms, and this prepared her well for the practical realities of a lawyer's practice subsequently. My Lord, your petitioner was conferred the degree of Bachelor of Laws with Honours from the University of London in the year 2018. She then proceeded to obtain her certificate in legal practice the following year. In January of this year, 2020, your petitioner commenced pupillage under the tutelage of my learned friend Fion Wong Suk Ling from the firm of Messrs. Shang and Co. She had a fulfilling 9 months, and today she would like to express her gratitude to her pupil master, Fion Wong Suk Ling, for her selfless guidance and for having imparted a tremendous amount of knowledge and wisdom, particularly in the practice of family law. Your petitioner says that she admires her master greatly and hopes to carry it forward with her in her legal journey. She also wishes to remember Mr. Chris Chin, the managing partner of Messrs. Shang and Co., for having given your petitioner an opportunity to complete her privilege in this firm. Your petitioner would also like to thank Ms. Priyadarshini Balakrishnan for her generous words of encouragement and faith in the petitioner during the privilege. Your petitioner gives thanks to all of her colleagues in the firm, her classmates and friends for enriching her experiences over the years of study and privilege. A special thanks from the petitioner to her St. Mary's school teacher, Ms. Judy Samuel, who has played a huge part in shaping her into who she is today. My Lord, for your petitioner and the family, this day is memorable, and she has to thank the most important people in her life for this. Your petitioner takes this opportunity to acknowledge the few people to whom she is really indebted to, and these are her parents, Mr. Ang and Madam Lee. She thanks them for the endless love and care, financial and moral support. She says her mother has always been the most important person in her life, and is someone who has always instilled a can-do attitude in her. Her father, she says, has always been by her side, supporting the petitioner through all what she calls the dad jokes and car rides all these years. Your petitioner thanks her parents for having raised her to always persevere and to be courageous. And today, your petitioner hopes that she has made them proud. She thanks her brother, Guo Hiliang, for standing by her through all the highs and lows. She wishes to mention someone very special, Mr. Gerald Wong, who has always been by her side and who believed in her even at times when the petitioner has doubted herself. And this day, your petitioner attributes to all her loved ones. My Lord, I verily believe that your petitioner is a fit and proper person for admission to the High Court of Malaya. I believe all the relevant papers in this petition are in order, and I believe there are no objections from the Attorney General, the Bar Council, and the Kuala Lumpur Bar Committee. And in this circumstance, may I humbly and respectfully pray that your humble petitioner, Ang Xiao Yin, be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya. Be it so moved.
Jabatan Peguam Negara tiada bantahan, Ya Arif.
Tiada bantahan Yang Arif.
Tiada bantahan Yang Arif.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Ang Xiao Yin untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Yang ada saya ucapkan terima kasih atas keputusan mahkamah. Saya mohon sekarang bagi Pempetisyen menyalurkan jubahnya sendiri.
Dibenarkan.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Okay, sama-sama.
Pempetisyen kedua W18-4001-2020.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Michelle Lim Suyi, Pempetisyen kedua.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Mastura binti Mas'ud. Saya adalah peguam pengusul bagi pempetisyen kedua, iaitu Michelle Lim Suyi. Dan rakan-rakan bijaksana saya dari badan-badan yang berkenaan baru saja diperkenalkan sebentar tadi, Yang Arif. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya memohon kebenaran untuk meneruskan prosiding ini dalam bahasa Inggeris, Yang Arif.
Dibenarkan.
Thank you, Arif. My Lord, may I introduce the petitioner, Michelle Lim Suyi. The petitioner was born in Klang and is the youngest child of Mr. Lim Chong Hong and Madam Tan Beng Pui. The petitioner read law at Cardiff University, where she graduated with a first-class honors in the year 2018. She was called to the English bar at the Honourable Society of Lincoln's Inn the following year. The petitioner then returned to Malaysia and commenced her pupillage at Messiah's Christopher and Lee Ong under the tutelage of Mr. Lee Hock Chai. Today, on her admission as a member of the bar, the petitioner would like to express her love and gratitude to her family for their unconditional love and guidance. She acknowledges that her parents' sacrifices throughout all these years have enabled her to be who she is today, and she hopes to continue to make them proud. Michelle also mentions her older sister, Christina Lim, whom she looks up to, and Michelle said when she was growing up, she drew her inspiration from her sister Christina to be a high achiever. The petitioner would also like to record her utmost appreciation to her master, Mr. Lee Hock Chai, and the corporate commercial team at Messiah's Christopher and Lee Ong for all their guidance and invaluable advice, for which she says she has been very privileged to be a part of a very dedicated team of lawyers. She would also like to thank her pupil mates, Ms. Lim Ziyi, Ms. Deborah Lau, Ms. Fatin Sapawi, and Ms. Yip Yi Lin for their friendship and all the good times they have spent together in the office. In addition, she would also like to specially thank Mr. Wong Ivan, Ms. Lim Aijia, Ms. Adeline Tang, Ms. Loh Ling Jing, and Ms. Esther Koh, who have been there for her throughout her legal journey. Yeah, Arif, before I agreed to become her mover, I interviewed her and we had a conversation, and I asked her, what is her why? Why she had chosen this profession and what she hopes to achieve from the legal practice. This first-class scholar and a humble young lady said she wanted to lead a life of contribution and be remembered as someone with integrity and a lawyer that others can depend on. On that note, Ya Arif, I end my speech, and Michelle, I wish you the best in your future undertaking and legal practice. Ya Arif, I believe that the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of this honorable court. I believe all the petitioner's papers are in order, and that my learned friends from the Attorney General's Chambers, the Bar Council, and the Kuala Lumpur Bar Committee, respectively, have no objections to this motion. I humbly pray from this honorable court to admit and enroll the petitioner, Michelle Lim Suyi, as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya.
Tiada bantahan, Yang Arif?
Tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
Tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Michelle Lim Suyi untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Much obliged, Ya Arif. Ya Arif, I crave leave for Michelle Lim Suyi to robe herself, Ya Arif.
Dibenarkan.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Terima kasih, Arif.
Sama-sama.
Petisyen ketiga W18-1674-10-2019.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Hana Suhaila binti Haiza, Pempetisyen nombor 3 hari ini.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Haizan Syarizat binti Abdul Razak hadir bagi Pempetisyen Hana Suhaila binti Haiza pada hari ini. Rakan-rakan bijaksana saya dari badan yang berkenaan seperti yang telah diperkenalkan awal tadi, Ya Arif. Ya Arif, saya dengan rendah diri memohon keizinan untuk meneruskan prosiding pada pagi ini dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dibenarkan.
Much obliged, Ya Arif. A brief background about the petitioner Hana Suhaila binti Haizal. The petitioner was born on 17 November 1995 on a cold winter morning in Newcastle, United Kingdom, as the first child to Dr. Haizal, Harun Kamar, and one Sharina Ramla. The years that followed were filled with love, growth, and a change of heart, which ultimately led the petitioner to begin her journey reading law at Queen Mary, University of London. She then pursued the LLM in bar professional training at City University of London, where she wrote a dissertation exploring the injustices faced by women in prisons. During her university years, the petitioner taught debate to prison inmates, volunteered with the National Center for Domestic Violence, and was a mentor to children in disadvantaged communities. These experiences were fundamental in shaping the petitioner's core values and interest in advocating for criminal and social justice. The petitioner then had the honor of doing her pupillage under the tutelage of my learned friend, her pupil master, Eunice Chan Wei Lin, at Messrs. Lee Hishamuddin Allen and Gladhill. The petitioner would like to record her utmost appreciation for Eunice Chan, who untiringly guided her during and after pupillage. On this special day of her admission, the petitioner would like to thank her parents, Dr. Haizal Harun Kamar and one Sharina Ramla, for their unconditional love and for providing her with the best education, without which she would not have been able to achieve any of the milestones in her life thus far. Hasha Sophia and Hilman Shauki for their companion as the best siblings one can ever wish for. Her grandmother, Haja Rose Haji Kachar, who shaped her to be the person she is today. They were, together with the rest of the petitioner's family, the village that raised her, and she is eternally indebted to them. The petitioner is also grateful to the company she has kept throughout her life. Her amazing colleagues throughout the 9 months, her comprehensible, supportive friends. The petitioner finds herself incredibly blessed to have struggled naming all of them for this speech. Truly, there are so many who have been constant in celebrating her wins and reassuring her that at the end of the storm, there is a golden sky. With her admission to the bar, the petitioner vows to use her platform to always fight for the indignant and marginalized without fear or favor. Yang Arif, I believe the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of this honorable court. I believe that all the petitioner's papers are in order and that my learned friends from the relevant bodies respectively have no objection to this petition. Therefore, Yang Arif, I humbly seek for this honorable court to admit and enroll the petitioner, Hana Suhaila binti Haizal, as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya.
Tiada bantahan Yang Arif.
Tiada bantahan Yang Arif.
Tiada bantahan Yang Arif.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Hana Suhaila binti Haizal untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Thank you, my lord. May I seek leave from this court for the petitioner to robe herself?
Dibenarkan.
Thank you, my lord.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Okey, sama-sama.
Petisyen keempat, KPU 18-1966-11-2019.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Kok Hau Ying, pempetisyen keempat pada hari ini.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Nasimah Jalaluddin bagi pihak Pempetisyen keempat Kok Hau Ying. Rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang mewakili Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur adalah seperti yang diperkenalkan tadi. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya mohon untuk meneruskan dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dibenarkan.
My Lord, your petitioner read law at the University of London, where she developed an avid interest in intellectual property law. With the determination to become a competent lawyer, the petitioner commenced her pupillage in the chambers of Madam Chia Chu Lan at Masa's Law Partnership on November 19, 2019. Your petitioner remembers her master giving her a much-needed wake-up call regarding the harsh realities of legal practice during the first week of the petitioner's pupillage. And indeed, your petitioner has, over the course of a journey, fully appreciated what it meant not to take things for granted and to perform every task that she's given at the best. With that, your petitioner would like to thank her master for all the guidance and care given to her throughout her pupillage. Your petitioner is also indebted to the partners of Mrs. Law Partnership, Mrs. Warren Singh and Mr. Brian Law, for all the opportunities given and for instilling the values of what it takes to become a competent practitioner. Your petitioner would like to celebrate this day with her parents, Madam Tan Siu Chu, Mr. Kok Chun Hong, and her brother Kok Hau Yin. The petitioner is grateful for her parents' understanding and support throughout her journey. I am told that her parents will always wait for the petitioner to come home before going to bed, despite the petitioner working late nights. Your petitioner would also like to express her gratitude to her childhood and university friends, Jacqueline, Sui Hui, Raymond, Yvonne, Gilly, and Alicia, who have always been with the petitioner during the important milestones of her life. Last but not least, the petitioner would like to thank her colleagues Nimisha, Sin Yi, for sparking and fueling the petitioner's interest towards litigation and the patient guidance during the course of her pupillage. Not to mention Hui Yi, Anne, Melvin, and Yun Jin, who were not hesitant to provide their valuable insight, advice, and sharing interesting stories that occurred during their years of legal practice. Of course, your petitioner's pupillage journey would have been dull without her pupil and paralegal mates, Clara, Kat, Shivani, Sumi, Alia, Lip Ying, and Valerie. The petitioner would cherish the bond between them as they have been together through the ups and downs. My Lord, I believe that the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya. I believe that the petitioner's papers are in order, and I also believe my learned friends have no objection to this petition. Therefore, I pray that the petitioner be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya.
Tiada bantahan Yang Arif.
Tiada bantahan Yang Arif.
No objection, my lord.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Kok Hau Ying untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
My Lord, may I seek leave from this honourable court for the petitioner to robe herself?
Dibenarkan.
Much obliged, my Lord.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Sama-sama.
Pempetisyen kelima WA18-1967-11/2019.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Lim Shu Wei, Pempetisyen kelima.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Rozana binti Samsudin hadir bagi Pempetisyen Lim Shu Wei pada hari ini. Rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang masing-masing mewakili yang berbahagia Jabatan Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur yang telah pun diperkenalkan awal tadi. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya mohon kebenaran Mahkamah yang mulia ini untuk meneruskan ucapan saya dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dibenarkan.
My Lord, may I be allowed to briefly highlight the petitioner's family and education background. The petitioner was born in 1996 in Kuala Lumpur and is the youngest of two children born to Mr. Lim Eng Chai and Madam Mok Wei Ling. The petitioner read law in Cardiff University, where she graduated with a first-class honours. Thereafter, the petitioner pursued her certificate in legal practice at Brickfields Asia College. Upon obtaining her certificate in legal practice, the petitioner had the privilege of completing her pupillage in Messrs. Lavinia Del Akbati and Partners under the tutelage of my dear friend, Miss Lavinia Lim Fei Mei. Today, the petitioner would like to take this opportunity to express her heartfelt gratitude to the people who have made this day possible for her. The petitioner would like to first and foremost thank her parents for their unconditional love and sacrifices, without which she would not be able to achieve any of the milestones in her life. To her brother, the petitioner would like to thank him for his companionship and impress on her that he will always have her back no matter what. To Mr. Lee Jung Kang, the petitioner would like to thank him for his unwavering support and more importantly for listening and understanding her thoroughly through the ups and downs of life. The petitioner would also like to thank her master, Miss Lavinia Lim, and all her colleagues at Messrs. Lavinia Del Akbati and Partners for their willingness to guide her and share their knowledge with her generously. Last but not least, the petitioner is also grateful to her friends, particularly Miss Lee Fong Fong, her best friends and close friends who have been there for her from the beginning of this journey. My Lord, I believe the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor. All the petitioner's papers are in order, and that my learned friends from the Attorney General's Chamber, the Bar Council, and the Kuala Lumpur Bar Committee, respectively, have no objection to this motion. As such, I humbly seek this Honourable Court to admit and enroll the fifth petitioner, Ms. Lim Shu Wei, as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya.
Tiada bantahan Yang Arif.
Tiada bantahan Yang Arif.
Tiada bantahan Yang Arif.
dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Lim Shu Wei untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Terima kasih Yang Arif. Seterusnya dengan izin Yang Arif, saya mohon agar Mahkamah Yang Mulia ini untuk membenarkan Pempetisyen untuk menjumpakan dirinya sendiri.
Okey, dibenarkan ya.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Sama-sama.
Petisyen ke-6 W18-1992 11/2019.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Chia Wai-Ping, Pempetisyen ke-6.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Hendra Muhammad kali ini mewakili Pempetisyen nombor 6 ini, Chiam Ai Peng. Yang Arif, rakan-rakan saya bijaksana yang hadir bagi pihak Peguam Negara, Majlis of Malaysia, Jawatan Kuasa Kuala Lumpur adalah seperti yang telah diperkenalkan pada awal tadi. Saya mohon izin Yang Arif untuk memberi persembahan saya seterusnya untuk memperkenalkan Pempetisyen ini dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dibenarkan ya.
I'm obliged, my Lord, with the court's leave. Your humble petitioner, my Lord, Chiam Ai Peng, is from Sarawak, born on the 17th of May 1995 in Kuching, the youngest child of Mr. Chiam Tun Tong and Madam Tan Su Lee. She attended school in Kuching, Sarawak, completing her secondary before proceeding to do her pre-university at Sesi College, also in Sarawak, as she did her A-levels. She then, she said, embarked on her journey of reading law by enrolling at herself for the University of London external program in Sesi College for 3 consecutive years. She had been offered a scholarship by the Hong Leong Group in 2017. She did well. She graduated with second class honors, and subsequently she successfully completed the certificate in legal practice in the year 2019. The 9 months course that she described the 9 months course that she had to do in preparing for the CLP exam as having shown the value of perseverance and determination in achieving a long desired goal. In November 2019, my Lord, your petitioner commenced pupillage in the chambers of my learned friend, Ms. Wong Chin Yong, in the firm of Messrs. Wilson Leong and Co. She would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the learning process, the excellent learning process in the firm under her pupil master, Ms. Wong. She said she received valuable teachings and guidance during that time. She is also grateful to the partner of Wilson Leong and Co., Mr. Leong himself, who instilled important values in her, embraced her flaws, and showed her the path to walk throughout her privilege. She wishes to thank her mentor, Ms. Liao Mun Theng, who gave her ample guidance and irreplaceable memories throughout the times of working together as a team. Your petitioner would wish to remember all her friends from all stages of her life who have been indispensable in her journey to becoming a lawyer and who have always been her attentive listeners in times of need. She is especially grateful to her childhood friend, Mei Lian, who had been the shoulder that she depended on and always has been there for her through thick and thin. She is extremely grateful to have met Jane during her pupillage, who stayed by her side, made the good times even better and the hard times a whole lot easier. My Lord, the ultimate tribute must go to her loved ones, and these are her family. She takes this opportunity to record her utmost gratitude, her love and utmost gratitude in this position to her parents, Mr. Chiam and Madam Tan, for their unconditional love and unwavering support in all of her life pursuits. As the petitioner's parents had come from humble beginnings, she said they have always taught her to be strong and to put on her best effort in everything she performs. Your petitioner is immensely grateful for the endless support and willingness to put their children before themselves. Your petitioner is forever indebted to them for their guidance and encouragement in times of hardship, all of which has shaped your petitioner as a person today. Your petitioner hopes that she has done her parents proud by them being able to witness their daughter entering this honorable profession. Your petitioner would also wish to remember her one and only sister, Cham Aying, whom she turns to in times of joy and sorrow. She wishes to express her gratitude to her grandmother, who would be incredibly proud to witness this momentous occasion. My Lord, your petitioner, I believe, is a fit and proper person for admission to the High Court of Malaya. I believe all the relevant papers in this petition are in order, and I believe there are no objections from the Attorney General, the Bar Council, and the Kuala Lumpur Bar Committee. And in the circumstance, may I humbly and respectfully pray that your humble petitioner, Cham Ai Ping, be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya. Be it so known.
Tiada bantahan Yang Arif.
Tiada bantahan Yang Arif.
Tiada bantahan Yang Arif.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Cham Ai Ping untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Yang Arif ucapkan terima kasih. Saya mohon izin Yang Arif bagi Pempetisyen menyarungkan jubahnya sendiri.
Dibenarkan.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Sama-sama.
Petisyen terakhir WA 18-2048-12-2019.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Maithili Tirunawakarasu, Pempetisyen ke-7 pada sesi ini.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Parti Set hadir bagi pihak Pempetisyen Maithili Tirunawakarasu pada hari ini. Rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang masing-masing mewakili Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur adalah seperti yang telah diperkenalkan pagi tadi. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya ingin memohon kebenaran Yang Arif untuk meneruskan pujahan saya dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dibenarkan.
I'm obliged, Yang Arif. Yang Arif, let me introduce the petitioner, Maithili Tirunawakarasu. The petitioner, Yang Arif, was born on the 19th of December, 1997, and is the youngest child of Mr. Tirunawakarasu Kartikeyan and Dr. Nirmala Kalar Sambadan, and the younger sister of Dr. Madan Tirunawakarasu. The petitioner, Yang Arif, attended Mass International School, both for her primary and secondary education. As the petitioner ended her school journey, Yang Arif, she was convinced that she would most certainly not become a doctor like her mother or an accountant like her dad, not because she was bad at science or accounts, but solely because she grew up watching her parents work tirelessly, leaving close to no time for them to rest. The petitioner was then determined to choose a career path in which she would enjoy a work-life balance. Here, young Arif, I must say that had she met me earlier before she took up her law, I would have discouraged her. I'll continue, young Arif. The petitioner in her younger days was influenced and fascinated by courtroom dramas in old Tamil movies. This intrigued her towards taking up law and to becoming a practicing lawyer. The petitioner followed this career path and did her A-levels at Brickfields Asia College and graduated with a law degree from the University of London with a second-class honours upper division and obtained her CLP in 2019. The petitioner then moved on and she commenced her pupillage in Messrs. Delamo & Co. under the tutelage of Mr. Alexius Simon Lee Kim Soon. The petitioner is happy to have chambered in Delamo & Co. as she had the opportunity to be exposed in various areas of the law. The petitioner on this day of admission would first and foremost like to thank the Almighty God for all the blessings that has been showered on her and her family and constantly has been there for all the ups and downs that they would have gone through in their life thus far. The petitioner would like to thank her maternal grandparents, young Arif, for their unconditional love which they had given to her throughout her period. Unfortunately, however, young Arif, the petitioner's grandparents are no longer here as they passed away whilst the petitioner was still reading law. The petitioner also takes this opportunity and wishes to express her utmost gratitude to her parents for their unwavering support and encouragement, without which she would not have been able to achieve this milestone in her life. The petitioner would also like to thank her brother for always being her confidant and her source of inspiration. The petitioner would like to thank her pupil master, Mr. Alexius Simon Lee Kim Soon, for providing her with the freedom to explore the many areas of law throughout her pupillage. And lastly, the petitioner would also like to thank Ms. Karen Abraham in Delamo, who sparked her interest in intellectual property. Young Arif, I believe the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of this honorable court. I believe the petitioner's papers are in order, and I'm given to understand that my learned friends from the AG's chambers, the Bar Council, and the KL Bar Committee have no objections to this motion.
Tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
Tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
No objection, my lord.
With that, my lord, I humbly pray to this honorable court to admit and enroll the petitioner, Maithili Tirunavakarasu, as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Maithili anak perempuan Tirunavakarasu untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
I'm obliged, Yang Arif. Yang Arif, I seek leave of this honorable court for the petitioner to robe herself.
Dibenarkan.
Thank you.
Terima kasih, Yang Arif.
Ya, sama-sama.
Semua 7 petisyen telah selesai Terima kasih kepada semua wakil 3 badan berkenaan dan pengusul dan tahniah kepada semua pempetisyen yang telah didaftarai sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Seterusnya ucapan Yang Arif Hakim.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera dan selamat pagi. Saya ingin mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada wakil-wakil daripada Yang Berbahagia Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia, Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur dan peguam-peguam pengusul yang telah sudi hadir di Majlis Perbicaraan Petisyen Penerimaan Masuk sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara yang ditetapkan di hadapan saya sebentar tadi dan dibuat secara dalam talian melalui sidang video yang disiarkan secara langsung. Tidak dilupakan juga, saya ingin merakamkan ucapan tahniah dan syabas kepada tenaga-tenaga pengajar, masters dan firma-firma Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara yang telah berjaya mendidik dan membimbing pempetisyen sehingga menjadi peguam pada pagi ini. Ang Xiaoyin, Micheline Suyi, Hana Suhaila binti Haizal, Kok Hao Yin, Lim Shui, Chiam Ai Ping, dan Maidli, anak perempuan Tirunabu Karasu. Di kesempatan ini, saya ingin merakamkan ucapan syabas dan tahniah kepada semua pempetisyen yang telah sebentar tadi diterima masuk dan didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara di Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Seperti sebelum ini, kita semua sedia maklum bahawa kita pernah melihat acara-acara seperti Sukan Olimpik, bola sepak Piala Dunia, perlawanan badminton All England dan lain-lain acara dan peristiwa dunia disiarkan secara langsung. Tetapi pada pagi ini, perbicaraan petisyen penerimaan masuk untuk penerimaan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara di Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya juga dibuat secara langsung, secara live daripada YouTube dan juga dapat disaksikan di seluruh pelosok dunia. Bagi semua pempetisyen, anda adalah di kalangan kelompok ataupun batch yang terawal yang telah diterima masuk dan didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara di Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya yang dibuat secara norma baru melalui dalam talian secara sidang video dan disiarkan secara langsung. Begitu juga saya percaya bagi wakil-wakil daripada 3 badan yang berkenaan dan peguam pengusul yang pertama kali hadir pada perbicaraan pada pagi ini. Peristiwa pada pagi ini bukan saja melakar satu sejarah kepada tuan-tuan dan puan-puan sebagai kejaya menjadi peguam, tetapi juga telah melakarkan hari ini dalam sejarah bagi sejarah kehakiman dan perundangan negara kerana ini adalah merupakan julung kali perbicaraan penerimaan masuk sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara diadakan secara langsung melalui YouTube yang disiarkan secara langsung di pelosok dunia. Sebagai tradisi, izinkan saya untuk memberi sepatah dua kata bagi meraihkan majlis kita yang berbahagia pada pagi ini. May I take this opportunity again to congratulate you on your admission as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya. I'm sure each and every one of you feel so relieved that the whole ceremony is over and that you have been robed to mark your admission into this noble profession. The new advocates and solicitors are not the only ones whose achievements today should be celebrated. We also celebrate the achievements of your loved ones, the good people who have sacrificed their material wealth, time, and energy to get you to this moment. May I also congratulate your families, particularly your parents, who supported you, be it financially or emotionally, and gave you their succor as you endeavored to realize your ambition to be a lawyer. Ladies and gentlemen, the bar is a demanding profession. In order to achieve success, apart from ability, strong determination and firm commitment are required. 2 years of hard and dedicated work, you have achieved this milestone in your life. This is only the beginning, and there is a lot more to explore and acquire before you can call yourself a successful lawyer. And advocates and solicitors, you have a crucial role to play in maintaining the highest professional standards and in shaping the future of the Malaysian bar. It is a duty of the bar and the judiciary to uphold the rule of law. Strive not only to be a good lawyer, but an outstanding one. On that note, let me again conclude by congratulating all of you on your admission to the bar. I wish you every success in your chosen career and happiness. Stay home, stay safe. Kita jaga kita, jangan leka dan alpa. Kita teguh, kita menang. Sekian, terima kasih. The court is now adjourned.
Bangun.